Hey guys, and welcome to EKU Hoops Hub, episode 14 of season 1. Now, we're obviously in the off season. And I just today, instead of doing a game film, I want to go over our roster because there's been a lot of changes over these past couple weeks. So I just want to go over the roster. Now, I did position groups super early when I started. This is kind of off the cuff before I really did the video stuff. At this point, we have Cooper Robb, senior. He has a torn labrum. He's out for 4 months, according to A.W. Hamilton sources. And so he's gonna be back around. I think he'll be back around late August or early September. So he'll be back pretty soon. He's a great spark boost for us. Also, another senior is Michael Wardy. Now, Michael Wardy has really, according to AW, has really pushed the weight room and really got kind of bulked up to be more physical and push a lot more than he did. Now, obviously, he's super physical in general, so I think in general, he is just a super dunk guy. He's kind of old school. He kind of tries to get the crowd rocking, and he's one of those players that definitely did it last year. And one of the plays that I remember most from him is his SportsCenter top 10 dunk versus Midway in the second half. That was really cool. But he's just a crowd booster, and then also a crowd booster, Devontae Blanton. He's kicking it into his junior season, and he has definitely grown from his freshman year. Now, he has played really well in his first 2 years. His freshman year, that was the COVID year, and he didn't play as many games as I think he should have. He started a couple games his freshman season. I think he started about 6 of them, and he shot pretty well. I mean, he averaged 8 points a game, 6 rebounds, so he's playing really good. I think he should have played longer in his freshman season, but definitely his sophomore season this past year, he started at almost every game, and he's been killing it for the Colonels. Moving on, our redshirt freshman, Wade Pelfrey, is here. He redshirted last season. He's a great guy that can shoot the three. We don't obviously have any game in Jersey of him in Eastern Kentucky, so I don't really have much to go off here. But in high school, he played and he was really good. He was at a Hazard High School, and connection to that is A-Dub coached at Hargrave Military, which is close to Hazard. Well, not close to Hazard, but a lot of players like Braxton went to Hazard. He lived in Hazard, so there's a lot of connections around that whole place. Desean Jackson, he's a sophomore at Frederick Douglass High School, and he's someone that I think should have also played a lot more than he did. He played in almost every game, but he didn't play enough minutes, in my opinion. This is now his second season, so a sophomore year. And as you can see in his stats, I mean, he played 17 games. He only started 1. He only had 153 minutes. He averaged 2.5 points a game. He just didn't get as much play time as I think he should have. But overall, good season for him. I think he'll definitely step up next season and get more minutes. So good for him. Next player, Michael Marino, obviously coming into his junior year out of Scott County High School. And yeah, Mike has really pushed the boards these past couple seasons. I think you're really looking at him. In my opinion, one thing that I do think one of his keys is he can shoot the lights out. That's no question there. There's no answer than yes, he can shoot the lights out. One thing that I have seen at the end of the year, he definitely improved on this, and hopefully going into next season he will improve a little bit more on this. But definitely during the end of the season he did. Just crashing the offensive glass. He likes to do it when they're out on the 3-point line, but just getting a little bit more physical. I think he's definitely like during the end of the season. I think he really kind of noticed, hey, I need to be a little bit more physical and kind of go back to when I'm good, which is post the paint and push. So I mean that's obviously what he did in high school, and he kind of reframed his game to kind of push a little bit back to that. So yeah, good for Mike. And yeah, so looking after that, our freshman Turner, obviously. Turner is a great guy for us to have. Do they have his stats up here? No, they did. But yeah, he was Kentucky's Mr. Basketball, and he is a really good player. And as you can see, his stats here. He appeared on SportsCenter Top 10 a couple times. Led Bowling Green to 24-3. So obviously you can see his winning successes there. Just in general, like his 3 ball is super good, and a lot of people, like when you look at Turner, you're thinking he's super physical, but his 3-point, and he shoots 93% from the free throw line, which is super clutch because sometimes at the free throw line we kind of struggle, so that's definitely needed. Next, we have another guard in Taishan Cromer. He's Indiana's runner-up for Mr. Basketball. And I guess I don't have something up for him yet. But what I will say is he shoots really well from the 3, and he can push. He's actually I think a little bit better at pushing the paint than Turner is. But he can shoot the 3. He can kind of be like a Devontae Blanton, like a shorter Devontae Blanton type of guy. He can push the paint. He can shoot the 3. He can shoot the mid range some too. So he's kind of do it all player. And sorry if I botched your name, but our junior college transfer. Our transfer. Sorry, not junior college. Our transfer from Florida Atlantic University, Darden Capti. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I am sorry, my fault. But I give a lot of praise out of this guy. I think he'll be one of the best players on our team next year. Not just because he's tall, not just because he's 6'10", it's because he can be like a Lachlan Anderson type of guy. You think he's 6'10", he's a junior, so we still have 2 more years out of him. And he's obviously gonna play the 5 because in ASUN play, that's pretty tall for an ASUN guy. So I think Darden is definitely gonna be a great guy for us next year. Just crashing the offensive glass, and that's something that ADA was looking for after we lost Jansen, Tariq, and all those guys. It was just we needed something that would kind of give us a spark plug because we knew with all our 3 big men gone, we needed to fill those spots. So Darden's definitely a guy that'll probably, in my opinion, would start in the lineup. So I think he's a great 5 to run, even a stretch 4 if you really want to go, really want to push the limits. So yeah, I think that he's a great guy for them to use. Next, I think you look at Taylor Martin. He's a junior college transfer. He was a 4-star recruit out of ESPN. Talon is kind of a shoot guy. He loves to shoot 3s, and the ADEV loves players that shoot 3s. So I think that for him, it'll just be big boost for what A-Dub likes to play, but he kind of falls into the system the right way. And we still got 2 more years out of him. So I think that for Taylon, you just need to keep shooting the 3 because obviously A-Dub likes that. I mean, we shoot 35, 43s a game, and usually we make them. And even A-Dub said in his interview in the Richmond Register show, and I'll put that down in the description, he said with all the guards gone, like Braxton, Kurt, Jamaru, all those guys, you need someone that can shoot the 3, and I think Taylon definitely fills that role. So even Turner and Taishan, Taishan. So that's good. And we got 2 more transfers 2 more new guys to come over. John Akumdu, I think is how you say it. He's a junior college transfer. He's a 6'7" junior. He's kind of a Lachlan Anderson. He's a little bit shorter. I feel like we've got a lot of bigs that can shoot the 3 this year. Lachlan's a big comparison for this year in general. I just think in general that he can push the paint, he can shoot the 3, he can do all those things that A-Dub likes, and obviously if you do what your coach likes and you can do what you like to do because you fall in the same system, that kind of helps both ways. So I think for John and A-Dub, that'll work out for both of their play styles and their coaching styles. So, and our last guy is Leland Walker. He's a incoming freshman. He's out of Hargrave Military, so obviously connection there to A-Dub. He's a 4-star recruit, ranked 39th best point guard in the nation. He led Hargrave to a 37-5 record, averaged 16.7 assists and 5 rebounds per game. Knocked away 39% of his attempts, knocked down, 39% of his attempts from the 3-point range. I think that is something maybe that A-Dub would probably want to work on, a little bit more of his 3-point percentage. That's a pretty good percentage, but he probably wants it up to like 45 or 47 or something. I just think A-Dub loves falling in love with the 3. Now, he loves his bigs too, but what he does with his bigs is and that's why he kind of like Lachlan, is he could push, but he can also shoot the 3. So I think that's why they went out and got Jansen last year, because as soon as they got him, even before they got him, they knew that he would be a good guy for them to use offensively, with his point offense, defensively with his blocks, but also offensively with his 3s. So all of the 3 boxes check there. And the last thing I want to dive into is, as you see in the roster, Aaron Bennett is not on the roster. I do want to go over this, and I think I might bring him on in one of these next episodes, so he can kind of take a deep dive into it. About this, but so basically, he's gonna be a graduate assistant this year, and so he when he was at Marshall, that's where his previous school was, and when he was at Marshall, he had to have knee repair, so he was having a knee repair, but he didn't have enough cartilage in his knee, so they had to scrape some to put in different spots. So I guess they scraped too much of it, and now he has no cartilage in his knee. And when you have no cartilage in your knee, his whole knees are like kind of broke. Not broke, but basically if he played more, he would have to have a knee replacement, and obviously that's not fun at all. So that's why he's not on the roster. I was just going to let you all know that. But that's pretty much it for the episode. So tomorrow we'll be back with our game plan sessions. I just wanted to break this down for you all because I know there's been a lot of news, and actually one more new guy coming in, not officially yet, but I think there's one more guy that we have to fill. Two more guys, but one more spot probably after this next guy. So, alright guys, see you in the next one. Peace.